Hey y'all, this is Sophie from Lovely Funeral, and today this video is kind of the basics of editing my templates and what most people are looking to do. And then there's another video for advanced, which I'll talk about later. So today we're going to be covering opening the files correctly, editing the text, adding photos, and then getting your file print ready. You can always click show more, but right below this video to jump right to the point of the video that you're looking for. And then also there will be a link to download this particular template that I have that I'm using today for free. And then you can follow along. So you could pause this video and do that first, or you can just feast your eyes on some major tutorial action. So you'll download the file, which if you have any questions about downloading the file and that whole process, please check out my downloading and opening video, which will also be on this channel. Whether you're downloading it from Etsy or my website, I will have some tutorials on that. They're a little rambly, but I think they do cover the vast majority of situations that people have struggled with. So I'm going to be a little more concise, I promised myself this video. So you'll double click the zipped file that you've downloaded, and then it'll open this folder. It might look a little different on PC, but I know the general concept still applies. And then you're going to get two folders and a file in here. The help guide gives you links to these tutorials, and then also a compatibility pack if you're using a really old Microsoft Word version. Make sure that you're up to date on all your software for Microsoft Word or Apple Pages, whatever you're planning on doing, because that's important because these templates are a little bit more intricate than the average thing that you're going to open in those programs, and so it really helps if they're up to date. I'm using Microsoft 360 and then the most recent Apple Pages, and this tutorial today is about Microsoft Word. So Microsoft Word, that's this file here, MS Word, click here, and then I always like to right click, open with Microsoft Word, because every once in a while your default Word doc processor is not Word, or it's trying to open it up in a PDF reader or something crazy like that. I've seen it all at this point. So always right click, open with Microsoft Word. That's the case for both Apple and Microsoft, I know. So you're opening this document, and this is basically it. Now this is going to be a two-sided, so this is the front, back, and then the two inside pages, and so this will print double-sided ideally, and will be your bifold template. So first you can just click any old text box here and you can edit it all. So you just double click, sometimes more than double click apparently, and highlight it, and then just type right in there. You can copy and paste. So if you were to copy something from, let's say, the internet, like a poem or something, and then you paste it right in here, there's this little icon that'll pop up, and you want to click the arrow here and say match destination formatting. That's kind of important because the internet has weird fonts and stuff like that it'll show up as, or weird formatting. Let's say you had a really long poem here. You can click on it and just kind of wait until these arrows kind of go into one direction, kind of drag it so that if this was a really long poem, it would kind of stretch out. And then another good thing to look at is, you might want it to be left aligned, and then also this one here, line and paragraph spacing. So you might want to just make it the space in between the lines slightly less. It's always nice to have them a little more spaced out, but every once in a while you've got something that you have to fit in there, and so it's got to be a little bit more tight. So that's kind of the basics of that. In the memorial service, if you choose to have that, each one of these is bolded. I have so this line is bolded and this line is italicized. So sometimes if that gets messed up, you just go up here and you click that, and then this is italicized, but you can always change any of that. You can also change the font to whatever font you want. I have them kind of all formatted to sort of complement each other, but if you want something else, you go for it. Now the next thing is photos. So in order to add a photo, you just click this shape here, shape format, this tab that appears up here, shape fill, you click this order, picture, and then you find whatever picture you're looking for. Let's see, let's go with Jean Harlow. And then as you can see, when you first put it in there, sometimes it gets a little bit distorted, the photo. And in that case, a new tab pops up, picture format, click that, and then there's this crop button here, and then you want to click fill. And then you can move it around however you want to fit exactly how you want it. Click outside, and then there you go. Now, every once in a while people are like, I want this to be a rectangle. So if that's the case, click this again, click back to shape format, and then you want to click this weird shaped one. It's called edit shape up there. Change shape, and then choose whatever shape you're looking for. And then there, it turned it into a rectangle. Sometimes people want more space for photos. So, and they're like, I don't want, this memorial service. So I just say, okay, delete. And then you can either copy, which you can either do edit, copy, or Control-C, paste, and then do it like this, copy, paste, and then however many images you want. And then you just kind of go through that same process of shape format, you click the shape format, picture, gets a little distorted, all right, no problem, click picture format, crop, fill. Click outside, and there you go. And then you can do that however much you want to and have like a nice collage or whatever. So those are kind of the basics of, let's say that everything is exactly how you want it here. Now it's time to print. So first I would save it. Then I would say page setup. And you want, so if you first are trying to save this and you just say save as whatever, it gets a little bit wonky on Word, which is annoying, but this is how you fix it. First you go to page setup and you click on this paper size. You want to go to manage custom sizes, and then you want to set all of these to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And oh, I'm sorry, you click user defined. I'm sorry, this is what you do. You add a new one right here. You click this plus sign. Sorry, I already have these all set up several times over, so I forgot. So you click plus, then you make sure that this is selected to user defined. Make sure your paper size is correct, and then you want 0, 0, 0, 0. And then you click OK. And you click OK. And then you say File, Save As. Click here and do PDF. Desktop, I want to save it there. And then I would say select the best for printing, if that's an option. Yep. And then as you can see, this is all set up. So that is basically everything most people need to know in order to kind of get what they're looking for. Now, something that needs to be noted is that if people want, when they're printing and they want this to go all the way out to the edges like it's shown in this document, they're going to have to trim it. And that's just the way printing is at this point. It's the way it always has been, but in order to get it all the way out to the edges, you have to trim the edges. And I've tried to design these so that they look good even if it is kind of like, if you say file print and then fit to page, and then there's like an even border around the edges. I think that it still looks pretty good. If you didn't want to have to trim it because it's so kind of light and airy, I don't think it's a big deal. But if you want it all the way out to the edges, totally understand, you're just going to have to trim it. Now if you send it out to a printer, they can put it out to the edges too, but literally all they're doing is they're trimming it for you. And that is called, when you send it out to a printer, you need to set up this document to be what's called full bleed. And in my more advanced video, I'm going to show you how to do that. But basically all you do is you make the document just ever so slightly bigger so that the printer can trim the edges for you, or not the computer, but the printer trims the edges for you, and you get them nice and set up like that. So that's kind of the 401 on printing. It can be a little bit confusing, but ultimately I think that no matter what you do, as long as your document's set up nicely like this as a PDF, I think it's gonna turn out looking good. But you know, the more meticulous you are, the more, just a little bit more prep work you'll have to do, and we will discuss that in the next video. So that's pretty much everything for this video. But for the next one, the advanced tutorial, we're gonna cover changing the document size, because some people are from Europe or Canada or Australia and they need like the A4 size. And also, so I'm gonna teach you how to do that and adjust things. I'm going to teach you how to change the colors of the like flowers, say, although it's really quite limited in Word, but it is possible. Sometimes it'll work for people. Major layout changes, like if you want to have a 8-page bifold, or if you want to have like one page that's two-sided instead of having it fold. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. Adding pages or duplicating pages, and then also adding full bleeds, or getting your document set up to send out to a professional printer. So that's what we're covering in the next video, so check that out if you need any of those options. But this is everything for Microsoft Word today.